We're currently driving a 2020 Jeep Gladiator. This one happens to be a sport model. Also available are Overland and Rubicon models. More expensive, more standard equipment. The Overland is more luxurious, and the Rubicon is equipped with everything that Jeep offers to make it as off-road capable as possible. But we're in the Sport, which is the least expensive version of the Jeep Gladiator. All Gladiators for 2020 will come with a 3.6 liter V6 engine. Buyer has an option between 6-speed manual transmission or an 8-speed auto. We've been driving the 8-speed automatic, and I'd say that it's pretty well paired with the V6 engine. The Pentastar puts out 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. Honestly, that's not that much power these days. I definitely wouldn't call the Gladiator fast, but I would say that the V6 automatic is sufficient. It's good enough. And it's enough that in sport models like the one we're driving right now, Jeep can claim best-in-class payload of 1,600 pounds and towing of 7,650. The interior of the Gladiator is a pretty decent place to be. It's a lot like the Wrangler, of course. Jeep tells us that if you see something that looks like metal inside the Gladiator, it is metal. It's not plastic that's coated or anything else like that. That's a nice touch. A lot of the components in here are rubberized, which is nice if you're going to be driving off-road, easier to clean, and they feel nice too. I don't think a lot of people are going to be choosing a Gladiator based on its interior accommodations, but fortunately I also don't think they're going to be let down. Chrysler's very good Uconnect system is available, both 7 and 8+ inch sizes. You can of course get navigation, power everything, windows, door locks, all that kind of stuff comes standard in the Gladiator. And the one thing that the Gladiator has that no other mid-size pickup truck offers is a removable top, removable doors, and a fold-down windshield. So when you first walk up to a Gladiator, your initial impression is that you're looking at a Jeep Wrangler with a pickup truck on the bed, and you're not far off. The bed itself is 5 feet long, but if you put down the tailgate, it's 6.5 feet long, and that's sufficient for things like dirt bikes, most on-road motorcycles, and of course the occasional trip to Home Depot. This particular Gladiator is a Sport, which means it starts at $33,545. You add $1,495 for destination, and you're basically looking at a starting price of about $35,000. Now that's with a 6-speed manual. If you want to add an automatic, it's an additional $2,000 on top of that, but 4x4 comes standard. So we started the day out in a white Sport with an automatic transmission and a hardtop. We've moved on to a black Rubicon with a 6-speed manual transmission and a soft top, and they're very, very different vehicles from behind the wheel. The Sport, the steering felt a little bit lighter than I would like. It didn't feel like it had a great idea of straight ahead. And I think a lot of that had to do with the wheels and tires that it had on it. Much less aggressive than what Jeep puts on the Rubicon, and the one we're driving now is equipped with optional mud terrain tires. They're very chunky, very meaty. So which version of the Gladiator should you buy? Well, the Sport is the least expensive, and it doesn't feel like it's really decontented. It's still a nice vehicle, and it's got all the options that most people are going to consider non-negotiable in their new car. The Rubicon that we're driving right now, well, if you plan on going off-roading, it really is worth the extra money. It's got a lot of equipment that hardcore off-roaders are really going to want, and it's not cheap. It's very expensive, more than $40,000, but add it all up, and it's still actually a pretty good deal for the hardcore off-roader. If you don't plan on going off-roading though, definitely consider the Overland. It's unique to the Gladiator, not a package that's offered on the Wrangler. It's a little bit more luxurious inside, and it might just be the sweet spot for most Gladiator buyers.